What's going on, everyone? For today's video, we're going to be talking about top 5 changes needed in Apex Legends Season 3. I decided to make this because there's a few things that need to be balanced and a few things that need to change in Season 3 of Apex Legends to make it a better experience. But before I begin, I do make a lot of Apex Legends content, so if you guys enjoy this video, I would greatly appreciate if you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell. It does help me out a lot, and let's get right into the video. So we're going to start with a few bonus ones. I'm going to go ahead and name number 7. I know it's not top 5, but just hear me out, okay? These, I feel like these were important as well, so I didn't want to exclude them. So number 7 is Apex developers exchanging negative comments with the community, specifically the Reddit community. Now, I understand why the Reddit community, well, pretty much a lot of people were mad about the Iron Crown event, you know, since it was so expensive and it was overpriced to a certain extent. I get it. A lot of people can't afford to purchase all those skins like for $190. I think that's how outrageous it was. But you know, it is a free-to-play game, and I'm not here to excuse anybody. I'm not picking no one's side here. I'm just trying to say to the developers directly, you guys can't ruin your reputation that you guys built by answering to these negative comments. Yes, it might be feedback and it might be valid feedback, but you have to respond in a public relation, in a PR way, you know, in a very business way that is not going to hurt your overall reputation. You know, I constantly saw memes about it. I constantly saw a lot of content being made over developers, the lead developer of Respawn, actually saying how the community is a bunch of freeloaders and a bunch of other stuff that really, to a certain extent, you shouldn't call your community that. That's not what you want to do. So that's number 7. Is my advice to this is honestly just answer it in a PR way. You know, figure out what comments are feedback, you know, even if it's positive or negative, figure out which feedback is valid and then go from there. You know, don't answer the way you did. Please, because you're gonna ruin your reputation, and so many companies have died because of that reputation loss. So that's my advice. Just handle it professionally. Number 6 is adding cooler weapon skins in the battle pass. Now, we all know season 1's battle pass wasn't the greatest, and season 2's battle pass skins, specifically for the weapon skins, wasn't the greatest either. If you can just kind of skim through it, you'll see that the skins are probably not the best skins they could have made. They honestly just slapped a few colors there and then called it, you know, a day, which kind of seems like, you know, it really, I'm not saying it sucks, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys can come up with something much better. So honestly, I think the skins that we got in the Iron Crown event are probably like the best skins we've gotten so far. And if you guys have that type of talent, why not add a few of those skins, you know, sprinkle them into the battle pass? Why not? You know, I wouldn't mind paying like $20 for the battle pass, maybe $15 for the battle pass, if you guys are going to sprinkle some of those cool looking skins on that pass. So hopefully they listen to this. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's number 6. All right, so going to number 5, and this is a big one. I'm pretty sure this should be higher in the list, but it's not as high as other things that I want to get fixed. But number 5 is audio. There is no joke when I say audio, okay? Like literally, you'll be running around in a corner, right? You see a person, you're about to shoot at them, and all of a sudden there's a guy out of nowhere behind you shooting at you with hammer point rounds, shooting at you with a shotgun, like, and you never heard footsteps. And it's absolutely ridiculous. That shouldn't happen. It never happened to me in Blackout, and honestly, it shouldn't happen here. You know, it's not acceptable in my opinion. And audio, they have to fix those audio cues as well. They have to fix those audio cues where you can't hear more than 6 noises at once, which is ridiculous. Like if you think about it, if there's people shooting from a distance, right? There's already 3 people shooting at a distance, and then you're shooting your weapon. That's already 4 audio cues. And then your other people are shooting right next to you. That's 5 and 6. So you're not going to be able to hear footsteps or any other audio cues after that. So they have to figure out what's wrong with the audio and kind of fix it. So that's a big one. Audio in Apex Legends. Please fix it. Number 4 is kind of something that I've wanted ever since the launch of the game. Blackout had it. PUBG added it later on. Halo's had it forever. And that's theater mode. Now, listen, I'm going to pitch you this idea, all right? Apex theater mode, where you can just kind of check how you died. And not just look at the, results of how much damage you did and how much damage they did to you, but also be able to go into theater mode. Not only it would be cool to watch a replay, but also it would be sick. It would be sick to actually make thumbnails off of theater mode. And this is for content creators as well. Like, it would be so cool to just be able to take a screenshot, look at your character in third person, and just make sick ass thumbnails. I think Apex needs to do that. Theater mode is one of those things that I've always wanted since the launch of the game, and I know it's something that is unique to me, but I'm pretty sure a lot of YouTube or content creators can relate to that. So that's number 4, is Apex theater mode. So number 3 is the Peacekeeper damage and how inconsistent the Peacekeeper is. There is no joke when I say that the Peacekeeper just slaps you. Whenever you're up close, even not up close, even with a precision choke, you'll be able to snipe people. And it's absolutely ridiculous. You shouldn't be able to do that, in my opinion. I think hitting for 120 from like 100 yards away is laughable with a precision choke. That shouldn't happen. If most, you should be hitting for 80. And my advice to this is probably like nerf it to like hitting maximum of 80 damage per shot. That way the other person can somehow react to the shot. Because there's been times where I've just been knocked completely with the Peacekeeper, and I have level 3 armor, and I just get 2-shotted, right? And it's ridiculous. And then I'm like, dude, what am I supposed to do against that? And it's so easy for a brand new player. It's not difficult to use. It's honestly one of those weapons that any player can grab it. You don't have to have that much practice, and just hit a couple shots and you pretty much killed a really decent player, or a player that knows what they're doing but couldn't defend themselves because the Peacekeeper's damage is so overpowered. Now, it's also inconsistent, and maybe that's why they're not trying to nerf it, is because sometimes you can hit for 80, for 120. Sometimes you can hit for 20, 19s, 18s, and they have to fix that inconsistency. I think it should have a minimum hit of like 35, and then hit like 80 at maximum. That way the player has enough time to react. Even because if you have level 1 armor and you have full health, one shot of the Peacekeeper and you're already down, like up close. It's absolutely ridiculous. So hopefully that gets fixed in Season 3. So number 2 is the P2020 and the Mozambique's hammer point rounds. This hop-up is absolutely ridiculous. Even when people have armor, there's been clips of people just straight up melting people with, like, people that have the P2020 hammer points will just straight up melt purple armor. And you're like, that's not even supposed to do that. Like, that's the disruptor round's job. No, the hammer points, you just hit like 5-6 shots, and then 2 more shots after that, and there goes your purple armor, there goes your full health, and you're dead. It's one of the most ridiculous hop-ups we've had so far in this game, and it needs to get fixed. It's super overpowered. Arguably, the P2020 with hammer point rounds is the most powerful weapon in the game. Arguably, So hopefully that gets changed in Season 2. Maybe nerf it to, I don't know how much the damage is, but I'm pretty sure if you can nerf it from like the amount of damage it does at a headshot, I think it does like full 94. You should probably down that to like 84, maybe 10 less damage, per hit, because it's honestly super overpowered. And here we go. Number 1 is the alternator and the RE45 disruptor rounds. Yes, this hop up is absolutely ridiculous. How many times have you been sitting across the map, okay, and you get sniped with disruptor rounds? Your full shields are gone, and you're just vulnerable. You're just naked. Like, that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't. In a first-person shooter, it just shouldn't happen, right? But a lot of people do that, especially in ranked mode. You introduce ranked mode into this game mode, disruptor rounds were a nightmare. Okay, I think ranked would have been a much better. It would have been in a much better position if disruptor rounds didn't exist and if hammer points didn't exist. Honestly, it would like the meta would probably have been like a 99 and then probably like a sniper rifle instead of just having disruptors all the time. And you know it's a problem whenever people choose the alternator disruptor rounds over the 99. Arguably the best weapon in the game, the 99. Still, with the alternator disruptor rounds, if you find those, that hop up, like, it just destroys the 99. Especially if you're facing a good player, right, that knows what he's doing. You're just going to destroy the 99 because of the fact that you can just melt people's shields and then completely hit a couple more shots and then they're dead, right? It's honestly super broken and it should get nerfed very, very soon. So hopefully they do listen to that. But that's going to have to do it for this video. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to like, subscribe if you guys haven't. Again, hit that notification bell. It does help me out a lot. I'm making Apex daily content now. So if you guys enjoy, please hit that like button, comment down below any concerns, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.